Good afternoon, everybody. How you doing? It's me, Paddy, from across the shop, and you're very welcome. And this is going to be a wee bit longer, this video. As you know, I could waffle on for ages. Anyway, before I even start the video, which you've seen the title, I'd just like to thank Singing Toad, who sent me one of his new stickers, which will go up on the board after this video. And he sent me a couple of little smaller ones. I have a couple of his little tiny ones, but these are new ones, and I just love them. And it's just made in Canada and Happy Canada Day. So they'll go up on the board as well. So thank you very much. I really appreciate that. And if you go over to his channel now, the Singing Toad, or not the Singing Toad, Singing Toad, he has a giveaway because he's just reached a milestone. So get over there, check his channel out and get into it. Also, another really nice fella who I love subscribing to is CB Tactical. He has just hit a milestone as well, and he's got a fantastic giveaway. Get over there before it's too late. You know, it might even be too late, I don't know. But CB Tactical, I called it out last week. I'll call it out again anyway. It's a good channel to go over and check out no matter what. So I'll put those two channels down in the description. Now, you've seen by the title, there's a pocket dump, there's a new knife from a subscriber, and there's two for Tuesday. And I just thought I would bring these all in together because there's a link between them. This is my pocket dump. This is actually what I carried yesterday, and I've changed it for today. I had to go down the caravan yesterday, and if you want to hear the good news, don't you just think life is running along lovely, and everything's right. You don't think about money worries. You're just going great, and then something smacks you up the face. I got that yesterday. Went down to the caravan, couldn't get the gas boiler started, so that the owner came out and checked it over, and he thinks it's one of the integral parts of it. So there's going to be another lovely little bill with a gas engineer, so I'll enjoy that. So there'll not be any knives bought for a week or two. So anyway, that's easy fixed and not a big problem. But it just shows you can never tell what you're going to do, and a pocket dump is on that lines. You never tell what's going to happen when you go out in the day, and being prepared, the old Boy Scout thing, is just, it becomes part of your psyche after a while. Once you start collecting knives and you build up these wee things, this is what I carry on a day out when I'm going down to, I was going down to the caravan for the whole day anyway, and what I carried with me to use, and in case I needed something. I'm going to start with this one because it's probably one of the most important, and I talk about this a lot, but I forget to show it. This is my tourniquet, and what this is a Canadian jam knot. Go onto YouTube, just type in Canadian jam knot, and there's videos, plenty of videos to show you what it is. It's basically, oh, there we go. It's basically just a loop with an adjustable, you can adjust it to whatever side to go. I have it big enough so I can go around a very good sized leg. So there you go. I've adjusted to there, because if you're going to use a tourniquet, I have it sitting and it goes into my fifth pocket. And it's in there every single day in my jeans when I go out. Just slots into my fifth pocket. And it's useful for more things than just an emergency blood stopper. You know, if you want to tie up a bundle of logs if you're out, or a bundle of sticks for your fire, great thing to have. Pull it out of your pocket, zip it up, and that's them. And you can carry them back rather than under your arm in a bundle. So there's lots of simple little tasks for this. But it is such a useful tool. I've used it for years, so I am going to call it a tool. I know it's a bit of string, but that Canadian jam knot just jams things up, and as a tourniquet, it's great. It's easy to loosen off every 10 minutes or so, put it back on again, just to let the blood flow get down. So there you go, that's the one thing. Now, next thing, I have my wallet, and I don't carry a whole lot in my wallet anymore. I've had this one for years. This is a Das Offenmeer leather wallet, front loader. Open it up and you've got two little pouches in the back here. Some of the things I carry, apart from my driving license and my bus pass, and this is a little thing, I don't know where I got this from, but it's been so invaluable. And it's a little ruler, and it's in inches. It was one of those stores, I think I got it in. Oh, there's might even have been Henny Haynes, look at that. Anyway, it's got centimeters and it's got inches, 5 inches and 12 centimeters. So handy to use for anything when you want to measure something. I've got plasters in there. Let's see, I'm just going to say I have plasters in there. What else have I got in there? £5 note. I got paid this week. She gave me money, and I'm just trying to find out where I put it. there it is. I have little, these little alcohol wipes. Great if somebody gets a cut, one of the grandkids or myself. And I also carry this, which, as you can see, is a magnifying. It's not the best in the world, but you see, if you're in a restaurant and you forgot your glasses, this, again, is invaluable. So I have that in my wallet. And that's about it. There's nothing else really important. Some pictures of kids and things like that. So I love this wallet. I can't see me ever change it. I've tried to change it, I don't know, many times. And until somebody comes up with something that's as cool, I mean, you can see this is battered. I really need to put a bit of oil or something on it, but it's just beautiful. That stitching has never moved, and just a fabulous wallet. He goes under another name. Again, I've forgotten the other name, but that's my wallet. And on this side, I have a Wright in the Rain book, and I don't carry a big hank anymore. In the back, I just put one of these little cloths you get from a new knife. I put that in the back, and that does me for wiping my glasses, clean the knife off, anything. I just use it, and then wash it, put it back in again. So there's the book. This is again a constant companion. I really do like this because it's lightweight and it carries a torch and it carries a nice pen. I have an Olight pen and there's a wee Olight torch in there. The wee, there you go. Lovely little torch with a AAA battery. Just super, nothing special, but if I'm going out in the middle of the night, I've got loads of torches to take out with me. This is my favourite at the minute. This is the Manaker ED5Ti Manaker. I love this torch, top action, much more brighter than this, but it's just, if I'm going out and I think I'm going to need a torch at night time, I'll take that, and I'll always have this. And I also have a torch on my key ring, so madness, I know. But there we go, that's the knife world. And then the next, I have this beautiful sack knife. This was one that Justin, Judd from the my live podcast, he made up for me. I've got an inline Phillips, I've got a magnifying glass, I've got a knife, I've got two knives actually, a small one and a larger one, and that's it. And I've got my toothpick and key ring in there, and I also have another Phillips here. So I love this. This goes in my pocket so regular, it's unbelievable. So that's that out of the way. And then this was my carry yesterday. I carried my case Slippy in my back pouch. I was trying that. I had that for a couple of days now. Really enjoyed carrying it. It's such a thin profile. This is a super knife, and it does all my EDC work. I didn't feel underhanded at all yesterday. This is just lovely, and this goes in my wee pouch that I've got on the back of my belt. Great place to carry it. So easy to get to, not having to hook in pockets. I absolutely love that. So there's that, and then I had this beautiful little Arthur Wright in my front right pocket. And sorry, that went in my front right pocket. That goes on my back, and this and the flashlight go in my left front pocket. And obviously the wallet goes in one pocket at the back, and the Wright in the Rain goes in the other pocket. So that's where I carry it all. But here we go. This is a little Arthur Wright, and this is love. This is just a basic model, carbon steel. Lovely little blade. I love my Barlows and I love my Arthur Wrights. And the fact that it's homemade really makes it a huge difference. A huge difference to me. But I'm not going to put that away because that is going to be in the 2 for Tuesday. And this is a lovely wallet. This is by HSEDC over here in the UK. He makes beautiful little wallets. I've had this some time now. But a lovely little, for a Barlow, it's the perfect size. So the last part of this little video is going to be 2 for Tuesday, and my old mate Tom over at Knife Delights, this was his challenge, and you've seen this is an Arthur Wright. This is the basic model, about £38 here in the UK. It's probably the same in dollars over in America now, which is fantastic. I'm so glad you're getting to see what we've got. Fit and finish on this particular one is absolutely super. These are built as a working knife, and they have a nice edge on them. It's not super thin. Well, you say that. It's not super thin, but I mean, it does every job. This is hard use. I've got my other knives with me, but if I want to do something, a bit of dirty work, poking and prying, I'll use this because it's always going to be cheaper than a sort of, the case, that's going to be much more expensive than this. So this is the one that gets used for everyday things. So that's lovely, isn't it? It's a lovely knife. You've seen that so many times on my channel. So I had a little text from one of my subscribers, and he's a fairly new subscriber. And he said, look, I'd love to send you a knife to thank you for your channel. I've enjoyed finding it and following, which just is amazing to me. I still get a huge buzz when somebody gets pleasure out of something I do, because I am not your expert knife reviewer. I'm far from it, as I can hear you saying in the background. But this fella sent me a lovely little text, and he said, I'd love to send you a wee knife. It's just an Arthur Wright, and it's one that I've done a wee bit of modding to. Simple modding. I thought, look, mate, that's absolutely fantastic. I really do appreciate it. Thank you so much. So I had no idea, other than that, what was coming. So what came this morning? There you go. An Arthur Wright Barlow of the cheap variety, the £38 variety. Carbon steel, just everything that this is. But it's different, and yet they're the same. And that's what this is the joy of wood. And when you're buying it from a factory that does an awful lot of wood, they get different supplies in, and you can buy the exact same knife with the exact same wood, and they can look totally different. Look at this. Let me just bring these up. Aren't they just two beautiful pieces of wood? Fit and finish on. This one is every bit as good as this one. These are just off the peg ones. Absolutely gorgeous. Both in rosewood. Darker rosewood, lighter rosewood. But isn't that, it's like two different knives. They don't look as if they're the same. It's just stunning. I love it. And I think he has really hafted these even more than what they probably were when they came from the shop, because they feel just so much smoother, as if they've had some treatment on them recently. I've had this quite a while now, but I just love it. The pull on this one, as most people will know, is a real good 8. And the pull on this one is a real good 8 or 8.5. It's a cracking pull. And I just want to show you the blades. Let me just give this a wipe off. And I don't have OCD, but this fella, what he done was amazing. Look, can you see that? He made the swedge a little bit bigger on that, and I just adore it. It really is. Can you see it? That it's just that little bit bigger on the new one. Hard to get the light there. Look at that. It is just stunning. I love it. And then he's hand ground it. He's actually made it thinner behind the edge, which is quite nice. He said he hadn't sharpened it, but let me tell you, it's sharp enough for what I would do. I sharpen these roughly, these knives. One, I don't like to sharpen them a whole lot because they're a softer steel. It's C75 carbon steel. It's a softer steel, and it's heat treated so that it's really easy to sharpen. And that's a good thing for this sort of a knife, because this is your work knife. But I absolutely adore it. You can see they've been made at different times because the stamp is much more prominent than this one. I think this is a newer one, because the older ones maybe didn't even have that swedge on it. I can't think back, but this one is just beautiful. And what he done with the sandpaper is amazing. Look at that. He really has made an excellent job of it. And it's polished to within an inch of its life. It's just beautiful. There you are, you can see me there, and let's bring the other one down. You can't, the reflectivity on the other one isn't anywhere as near. Look at that, you can't, there we go, no, you can't really see it, that's the camera. But look at that, so there's a huge difference. I know the camera obviously doesn't pick it up. But look, I couldn't be more happy with something like that. One, it's a British made knife. Two, it's a British sub, and I just love having new people in this country coming into the knife game, and he has just come into it, enjoying watching YouTube that he hadn't watched before. That's the blessing that we have. That's the gift that we have, is letting somebody else see something and just maybe encourage them into this hobby, because it's a fantastic hobby. So, two completely different knives. Absolutely lovely. I'm sure you'll agree, they're just gorgeous. But, so, what I'm going to do for today, I'm changing out my carry for today. I got this lovely new one, and I'm putting it in my back pouch. I know this is a bit of a tease to everybody, But there's the Jack Wolf knives. And this one's an M390. This was the little bro that hasn't been released yet. I still have the original one. Mine came absolutely perfect. There was no problems. Gold carbon fiber, or bronze maybe carbon fiber. You can see it through it. It's beautiful. And with M390, that's my one that I'm going to use for tasks that are going to require longevity of the blade life. This is still going to be my work knife. And, you know, this is in a little pouch. This will be in my little sleeve sheath, teeth back in, sheath, and it'll be carried and used most of the day. But for longevity, I'm going to pick this. And this goes in that back pouch, which I am so enjoying it. It's just a simple sheath with a leather, you know, loop on the back. And it just sits on my belt, and it's so easy to pick your knife out no matter where you are. And because it sits towards the back of my right hand side in my belt, I can move it up and down right round the back if it's annoying me. Just a super thing, and I'm definitely a convert. I really need to get some more of them. I've got a couple, but I need more. So there you go. That's going to be my carry today. I hope you enjoyed it. To Scott, he doesn't want his name given out, doesn't want any plugs. He just wanted to send along a gift. And let me tell you, you couldn't give me a nicer gift. You really couldn't. I am just chuffed. So Scott, thank you very much. I hope you continue to watch people. And when I give shout outs on here, go and watch them people, because they're people I like, and hopefully you'll like them as well. And I would love to see you get more in touch with the community. And I think that will happen, because it usually does. Once you get bitten, it maybe takes, for me it took a while, because I was so frightened of making videos. So there you go. 3 things in one video. How proficient am I? And it's under 20 minutes. Flippin' heck, you're working with a genius here. A genius, I tell you. Right, goodbye. Oh, and one last thing. I've got a nice wee cup of tea here to finish. And look at that. Proud Royal Navy grandparent. That's for my little grandson, and I am chuffed. I am chuffed. As an old sailor, this really does it for me. Really, really does it. So, thank you to my grandson, Danny. I love this cup. So, there you go. I'm away. I hope you enjoyed this. A little bit of everything. And I'll see you tomorrow. And tomorrow, I'm actually going to sharpen. Mine actually needs to sharpen more than his does. But I'm going to do a sharpening video. So, I'll maybe pick his and just do a sharpening of his video tomorrow. Hand sharpen. And what I'll be using the hand sharpening is 600 grit DMT. And then simply a strop. And that leaves a lovely toothy edge on these wee carbon knives. So, join me tomorrow if you want to see a sharpening. Down below, if you're keen to see the sharpening, please let me know. And I might even extend it and do both of them, just so you see the reaction to both of them. But there we go. Right, take care, folks. Paddy's away for a cup of tea. See you later. Bye.